Good day, everybody, and once again we're back together. All right, so we are looking at question 10. This is the very last question, right, from a series that we've been making on the technical maths grade 11 exemplar. So please, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you're part of the family, right? And let's take a deep dive into the question. They say the inside of a pool is in the shape of a rectangular prism. The pool is 25 meters long, 14 meters wide, and 6 meters deep. All right, so they say, what is the maximum amount of water that is needed to fill the pool? Right, so we are talking about volume when we're talking about the amount of water, right? And you know, in this case, we're talking about going to take the length multiplied by the breadth. So I'll take this as our length, and I'll take that as our breadth. And of course, we've got a height as well, right? So they told us that this is 6 meters, our length is 25, and our breadth is 14 meters. So for volume, so for 10.1.1, so our volume will simply be length multiplied by breadth multiplied by height. So that's going to be 25 multiplied by 14 multiplied by 6. So 25 times 14 times 6. Now, please be very careful to make sure that all of your dimensions are in the same units, right? Okay, so multiplied by 14. They're all in meters, so I don't need to convert anything. So we can actually hold up to about 2100 cubic meters of water. Okay. Right, so in this case, those are the amount of liters that we can hold. All right, so 10.1.2 quickly. So they say to us, what is the cost of the paint that will be needed to paint the inside of the pool if the paint costs 50 Rand per square meter? All right, now we've got the cost per square meter. So the total cost will be equal to the cost per square meter, or let me say cost per meter squared multiplied by the area, the surface area, right? And the surface area in this case is measured in meters squared, because so that will be in meters squared, and that's how you'll be able to cancel out that with the cost per meter squared multiplied by meter squared will give me the cost. Okay, right, so I know this guy is 50 Rand per square meter. Now let's find out what the surface area is. Now please, ladies and gents, I want you to stay with me on this one. So firstly, we've got the base of the pool, right? Which means the bottom part of the pool, right? We need to paint that. So that would be the length multiplied by the breadth. There's only one of it. So when we talk about the surface area, okay, so the first part will be the length multiplied by the breadth, okay? L multiplied by B. Nothing wrong if you chose to use a different set of variables. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Now, I want you to note the front part. Okay. So we're done with the length times the breadth in that case. Okay. Sometimes my pen just misbehaves. Okay. So then you look at the front part. This one over here. You agree with me that this part would be exactly the same as this portion over here, right? So that will be the length multiplied by the height. That gives us the surface area. Now we are looking at inside the pool, right? So we're painting this side and we are painting this side as well. Okay, so we're going to say 2 times the length multiplied by the height. So 2 times length times height plus. So we're done with the 2 parts in front. now we're going for the sides, right? Okay, so I want us to see this properly. And now when we go to the sides, we're going to paint the sides as well. Okay, there's two of those. That would be the breadth multiplied by the height, but also this guy over here, right? So breadth times height. So there's two of them again. That's 2 times the breadth times the height. Okay, so we would be done painting on the inside. So our length was 25 multiplied by 14 plus 2 multiplied by our length 25 times 6, that's the height, plus 2 times our base is 14 multiplied by the height, which is 6. Okay, so that would be the total surface area. So let's say 25 times 14 plus 2 times 25 times 6 plus, that's 2 times 14 times 6. And I've got 818 square meters, right? So the total cost will be the cost per square meter, which is 50 rand multiplied by the surface area, which is 818. So we take that value multiplied by 50, and that will cost us 40,900. And you can see, hey, it costs a lot to maintain a swimming pool. Hey, right, and that is really how the cookie crumbles, ladies and gents, right? So I am going to leave this question over here, and in our next video we're going to be looking at the next question, and please stay tuned for more so that we finish this question paper together. For now, I'll leave it here. See you again next time. Sharp, sharp.